Another fixer-upper video and fun-filled adventure. I wanted to, my battery of course on the camera is about to die. I want to get into this, but I am gonna pause and recharge before I get too deeply into this. So, by the way, this has nothing to do with the project. This is another project. This is an AC4, a Drake AC4 power supply that needs modernization. There are capacitors here that have long since bit the dust, need to be replaced, and I'll be getting to that. I've already done a video on upgrading an AC4 power supply, and I think I'm going to do another video because the kit that you use to upgrade the supply has been revised, so that might be another one. But anyway, so this is a FeelTech FY3200S, as in Sierra, and it has what I think many people consider a manufacturing defect, and I'm going to show you what it is. So where are we here? We are on, first of all, let's wake up our voltmeter. Or is this another battery issue? Nope, it woke up. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the problem is. There are a couple other videos out there on the interweb about this issue, but I figured what the heck, since I've got it, might as well. Can you see that? I'm going to prop this up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So what we have here is been referred to generally as a, quote, voltage leak, unquote. So this is not a grounded unit. The plug is a two-prong plug, so it's not polarized and it's not grounded. It doesn't have a ground lug. And so the ground floats, as the saying goes in the world of electronics, and that opens the door to voltages being in places where they are not helpful. And where the voltage shows up on this unit, the stray or leak voltage, where it shows up is on the outer portion of these BNC jacks. So hopefully you can see that the digital multimeter has come to life, and it is showing 43 volts AC, and so if I were to touch this and ground myself, I wouldn't get a nasty shock. I would get a little bit of a zap. I'd certainly feel it, and would not particularly enjoy it. But this is not good, and this is not good. It's not really a safety issue, and there are others on the internet who have talked about this. It has to do with how many amperes are involved. There's a couple, some number of amperes, microamperes. I forget the number, but it's not enough to hurt yourself. However, it is enough to hurt the circuitry that you're using this piece of test gear on. So if you use this digital functional generator / frequency counter on sensitive electronics, that 43 volts plus the amperage that's flowing could potentially destroy whatever it is that you're trying to test, which is not a good outcome. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify this unit so that it's grounded, and whatever stray voltage is wandering around out there will go to ground rather than come out through the probes, and make this safe to use on sensitive electronics, and also who wants to get a bit of a zap. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to stop the video here since the battery on this camera is about to give up the ghost, and then we'll resume in terms of disassembly and doing the fix. I'm going to do a cheap and dirty fix here. There are others who have done a little bit more involved, well, actually one pretty significantly involved modification. Most people just modify this for ground. There's one guy out there that put in a analog transformer and got rid of the power supply that's currently in the unit to eliminate the voltage leak problem. But I'm not going to get that fancy, and I'm not even going to go as far as some of the others did for the purpose of grounding this, because there are a couple of the videos out there where they put a switch on the back so that if you ever needed to go back to a situation where this unit was floating on ground, that you could. For my limited purposes with this testing device, I don't anticipate that that I'll need to do that, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to modify this unit so that it will accept a 3-prong plug, and that these probe jacks are grounded, and then call it a day. So that's my objective, and I'm going to stop it here, and I'll charge the battery, and we'll pick this up later. Okay, bye for now. We're back. We are going to take this thing apart. We are going to add a 3-prong polarized plug. I got this bulkhead connector off eBay, cheap. I think it was $5 including shipping, and we're going to retrofit it probably like so. Doesn't really matter what the orientation is. Some people get touchy about that. I don't care. Anyway, let's take this thing apart. Now, I have had this apart once before, and there is not much inside this box. Wonder who came up with the name FeelTech. I'm sure this is just one of many mystery brand names that they use, but FeelTech. It's got a cheap crap name for a cheap crap device. Well, it's not total crap though. Okay. Set that aside. And looks like this has to come off. Where are we here? This thing is clipped in. Now, I'm not sure yet which is hot and which isn't, so I'm going to just mark. I'm going to mark one of these black wires just so that I know in my own head which side was which. cut it. So all this is doing is telling me that that wire is the outboard side, in case that's important. It may not be. Here's my wire cutters. So go snippy, snip, snip. And snip, snip, snip. I think we want, let's see, which way is this oriented? We'll do the prong up top. We want this kind of oriented so that the tab's clear. Kind of like so. It's close to the edge. Probably want to bring it even a little further out. But let's start there. Let's pencil, pencil. So like that. Now let's see how badly I can screw this up. Where's my safety glasses? I think I need new safety glasses. The only problem with safety glasses are you can't wear close-up glasses with the safety glasses. I wonder if they make safety glasses with the close-up glasses built in. We'll look into that one day. You know, I'm not looking for neatness awards here. I don't remember what this retails for new, but I bought this used. I paid $40 for it. So, I'm not going to be heartbroken if it's not perfect. Now, I'm going to get that corner out. That's a bit stiff. I have a small saw somewhere. I'm going to stop the video and look for my tool. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I got a little modeler kit tool here. My glasses. hair wide. It's through. It's a little crooked. It's a little close to that edge too. I'm gonna try and see if I can get it. However, I want to see if I can get it a little bit farther that way. I gotta stop for a second and see who is summoning to me. I'll be back. Okay, I did a little bit of carving off camera, and it's good enough, don't you think? Alright, so now we need some ground wires. And I need to set up my soldering station. And I still need to verify which is the hot side here. But let me get the rest of the tools set up first. Okay. Okay, I cut a couple pieces of wire to length. This is just junk wire that I had lying around. I don't have any smaller gauge wire handy, so we're using 14 gauge. And I'm going to solder, or try to solder this tab here first. And we'll see how that goes. So far, not well. Where did my glasses go? Well, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see if that's a cold solder or not. I have to go get my glasses. Okay, no cold solder joint. Not the most elegant solder job. Oh. Okay. Now that is all that I planned on doing. There are other videos that will show tying the grounds here into the grounds on the front, these two, but it should all be integral, theoretically anyway, or maybe not theoretically, but in practice. So by tying these lugs to ground, I've tied everything to ground, as I understand it. We're going to put that to the test when we get this back together. But that is it, and I don't know about that. I think that's a cold solder. So let's try that one again. There we go. And it looks much better. Relatively speaking, at least it's not a cold solder. Okay. Now, let's see. Verify the hot. Hang on. All right, I may not have turned the camcorder back on, and if that's the case, I'll find out when I start editing, and if that is the case, then I apologize for that. But I have determined that this wire is connected through here to the switch, and so I'm saying that that is my hot, and so I'm just looking for the 2 screws that secured this. Aha, here they are. So let's put these back in. Now, why do I say the hot is on the switch side? Because typically that's the side that's switched, if you will. That's controlled by an on-off switch. And if I'm wrong, then I will have ruined a $40 Chinesium part or device. So, and if I am wrong, then you guys will be able to learn from my mistake and hopefully not follow the fool, as they say. Where'd the plug go? Here it is. I haven't secured the bulkhead plug yet, but that will come. I'm just as curious as the next person as to whether or not this is all correct. So I'm going to try it in its as is state. And come on. Am I the only one that is challenged for workspace? So, and also in terms of determining hot, because this plug is a little bit older. Modern plugs have one side's wider than the other. The wider side is supposed to be hot. So I took an ohm meter and I measured this to that, and I determined that this side was the hot side. And let's test that once again. This is the hot side. Then I should get 0 ohms or close to it. 3 ohms. Yeah, 3 ohms. Okay, so I think I've got it right. And now for the moment of truth. We're going to plug this in and see if we get sparks and flames and smoke and mayhem. It's plugged in. So far so good. Well, look at that. It's on. Now, where are we here with the camera? Let's see if we still have stray voltage. Voltage AC. One side to ground. Well, this is now ground, so just be careful here. That's ground. Nothing. Can you see that meter? Do that again. Careful, we don't want to short anything out here. No stray voltage. Bottom connector, no stray voltage. Excellent. Mission accomplished, people. This is a relatively quick fix. Let's turn this off. Let's unplug this. And I'm going to need to find some screws, maybe some small nuts and screws to secure the bulkhead connector. But we are done. And now this unit is safe to use on sensitive electronics without blowing things up. So I'm going to look for a couple of screws to fasten the bulkhead connector to the back plate and put it all back together, and we're done. So let me look for that, and we'll be back. I may not have turned the video camera on again, so I'm going to do this a second time. And if it turns out I'm right that I didn't turn on the camera, then why are you beeping? I don't know what's going on with this camera. Anyway, we've added a ground. It was cheap and dirty. All we did was tie the back lugs of the rear connectors to ground, and that tied in all the other connectors along with it. So without turning, using the camera and whatnot, what do we spend? Maybe 45 minutes on this mod, and now we have a unit that's safe to use on sensitive electronics. So there you have it. Hope you found this useful, slightly interesting, or maybe not horrible. If you did find it horrible, then good for you, and sorry about that, but sometimes life sucks. Anyway, that's it, and I will move on to the next project. See you later. Bye.